Who watches the people who are watching the other people? This gun in my hand. Falk Zildjian, indecipherable hero by virtue of the fact that he carries a gun, lurks behind a juniper bush on the edge of a parking lot downtown. A pinball machine factory near the lot emits constant white noise which sounded from a certain distance exactly like a laptop fan. Word on the street says some goons are about to shake down the parking attendant for protection money. As he eyeballs the tiny office where the attendant waits, Falk hears something in an elderberry bush behind him. What is it? Who are you?
Hi, Mr. Zildjian. I'm Chuck. These are my team members, Tim and AJ, and this is Kaylee. We're big fans of yours, sir. In fact, we were so inspired by what you do, we formed this team.
Oh, well, that's very flattering.
We call ourselves Perimeter Tactical Crew, or just PT Crew, sir.
Originally, it was Percentile 3 Crew, but I read some pamphlets that disputed the 3% thing, so we brainstormed some more names. I'm Kaylee, by the way. You knew that. He already introduced us. I'm sorry.
You know how dangerous Parabellum City is, so we've armed ourselves. And we're prepared to defend against dangerous protesters and the coming race war.
Oh dear.
I don't know what we might have done if we didn't have your example to guide us, sir.
I think you got the wrong idea about me somehow.
You're an armed vigilante who stops bad guys. That's what we are.
Yes, well, I thought anyone who carries a gun could identify bad guys and distinguish them clearly from other good guys or medium guys. Recent events have made me reconsider whether it works that way. It works for me.
We thought you might want some backup when you're taking out these parking lot murderers, so I assembled the PT crew, sir.
No, wait. It's a protection racket that focuses on parking lot attendants. They just threatened the attendants. They haven't murdered anyone. And where did you hear about this? Word on the street? I gotta have a talk with my street person. You gonna put more words on the street? No, I like your enthusiasm and your initiative. Maybe re-examine the credibility of anyone telling you there's going to be a race war. I don't really know your methods, and we haven't trained together, so I think I'll take this one by myself.
That's totally cool. When are you free to train with us?
God, Chuck, shut up. You think Falk Zildjian would want to train with amateurs like us? I don't...
Yes, say yes.
We would certainly welcome you into the PT crew, sir.
I don't work with anyone, I'm sorry. Maybe you could see an army recruiter or contact the PCPD about joining some kind of neighborhood watch program. On second thought, forget I said that. I don't think that's a good idea either. No chance we join them. Cops work to maintain the status quo. We want to overthrow it.
But we're on their side when they're shooting looters and protesters and Antifas.
Totally. Do you think we could talk about this some other time? I'm kind of watching for those protection racketeers.
Oh, sure. Hey, before we go, could you sign the Falk Zildjian logo patch on the back of my tactical vest?
I haven't authorized anyone to sell merchandise with my name. And that is not my logo. That's a Punisher skull with a Blue Lives Matter flag inside it.
Who?
The Punisher?
I'm not familiar.
He's a comic book villain. In his first appearance, he was duped by another villain into trying to kill Spider-Man. He was basically a Pizzagate sucker decades before Pizzagate was a thing.
But I thought that skull logo was your symbol. Like you punch your victims with a skull ring that leaves a permanent mark on their face. It's a calling card and warning to other bad guys.
No, that's the Spider or the Phantom. Except the Phantom disarms or wounds enemies and the Spider just killed them.
I thought Spider-Man avoided killing.
There was a different guy called the Spider.
He should reconsider that name or he might get a cease and desist letter from Spider-Man.
Sure, you're probably right.
Sir, respectfully, I don't understand why you disapprove of what we're doing. We just want to be heroes. Indomitable hero by virtue of the fact that he carries a gun, right? Incomparable, inscrutable.
Now, I've specifically avoided inscrutable because that word has baggage. It's kind of racially coded.
What? No, sir, that's just a word. I hope you're not one of these critical race theory people who think everything is some kind of racist dog whistle.
I don't know what critical race theory is. And I'm sorry, is it Tim?
I'm Chuck, he's Tim. Hey.
Chuck, these guys could be coming through any minute now. I really don't have time.
Tim Carcetti?
Yeah, hi, Tim.
I'm Carlos Rodriguez, but everybody calls me Chuck.
Seriously?
Why, you heard of me?
Mr. Rodriguez, I have some bad news for you. These paramilitary groups you've styled yourselves after, the rest of your crew here, when they're finished protecting their people from supposed encroachment by Black Lives Matter and Antifa boogeymen, the next people on their enemies list will be Hispanics.
Sir, that's crazy. There's nothing racist in our group. We're just patriots, trying to prevent the destruction of our way of life by anarchists and Antifa and Black Livers.
I told you Black Livers was a confusing term. Just keep calling them Black Lives Matter activists or BLM.
It's not Black Livers, it's Black Livers. Maybe Black Lifers? There must be a better nickname we can use to express our feelings about them.
I have thoughts.
We'll keep workshopping it. Anyway, we're not racist, and these guys wouldn't turn against me. We've bonded from our experiences.
Mr. Zildjian is right, Chuck. You would be next.
Why? How can you say that after all we've been through? I practically saved your life when I warned you about buses full of Antifa coming to invade Parabellum Heights. Word on the street was they were bringing bazookas and Molotovs and heavy cans of soup. Chunky soup, not the condensed kind.
I still don't understand how they'd keep milkshakes frozen as weapons all that distance if they were bust in from outside the tri-state area.
AJ, you and I stood guard together on the corner of Elm and Telegraph Road, making sure no one suspicious entered for both hours of the crisis. Our presence kept them away, and we know that because we didn't see a single one. Even the school bus we stopped was full of blind kids, no Antifa anywhere.
Hey, I appreciate that, but I don't want Mexicans coming into this country and taking my job. It's nothing personal, just Rodriguez is like a racially coded term. That's not what that means.
I've never even been to Mexico. My family has lived in California probably longer than yours has been in North America.
You can say what you want, but the Horowitzes have lived here in Parabellum City going back 4 generations. I'm named after my great-grandfather, Abram James Horowitz. Mr. Horowitz, I have some bad news for you about who else is on that list. Want to Be Heroes, Episode 6 of This Gun in My Hand was manufactured by Rob Northrop. Please rate and review everywhere you can. Go to thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com to subscribe, download past episodes, and to buy my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities, or a Godzilla doll crochet pattern. Seriously, it sounds like I'm kidding, but it's not. I can crochet my ass off. Ask anyone. What eagerness lurks behind a juniper bush? This gun in my hand.